last, we will reveal ourselves.
We got some new set reveals, starting off with the Sith Infiltrator. I'm going to touch on Darth Maul real briefly here. We already have HD image of him, and I'm not the biggest fan of his eyes. I think we've had the perfect face eyes for Darth Maul. That fits with Phantom Menace Darth Maul, as well as Clone Wars and Solo Darth Maul. I think that that's the perfect face. It has the pupils. Removing these pupils here, it's pretty much the only update that LEGO made to the design, and I'm not the biggest fan of it. But that's not going to be regardless, I'm still going to want to buy this set. Let's take a look a little bit more into this. It's not the best Sith Infiltrator, but I'm really happy that we have it. It is downscaled, and personally my preference would be that something around the 2015 Slave one. Sith Infiltrator, I think, is kind of really the best. Now this does have the 3 portals. For downscaling, I'm really surprised that LEGO didn't take those out. I think it's an important piece to every Sith Infiltrator. I'm not sure if it has his speeder bike. I think the scene that they're really trying to recreate here, it's an important piece. It does have some great minifigures. I think that it could have used some more. You have classics like Qui-Gon, Little Annie, and Darth Maul. And then with the 25th exclusive minifigure being Saw Gerrera. Now I'm sure that this set is going to be hyped for that Saw Gerrera specifically. I think that is going to be a big draw for a lot of people. It's a big draw for me, but I've never owned a Sith Infiltrator, so I think, kind of making this my first one isn't a bad place to start if I don't want to spend $200-300 on a retired set. And they don't make these sets too often, so it is $70. So I think it's for the amount of minifigures you get, a little bit overpriced here. I think that the design itself could have used some tweaking, could have been a little bit better, but I'm still super happy with it. I think it's going to be a great set, from what we can tell, and I'm stoked that Saw Gerrera. Now a lot of people are complaining about his armor piece, that it should be a darker foresty green. I'm just happy to get him. Honestly, I'm not going to nitpick over the color of green. I think his armor, depending on what variation or what platform or what show he's been in, his armor has kind of changed that color. But it is that darker green, and it can be kind of more of a darkish grayish green, and it has shown its age, and he looks like. And I can't wait to get better pictures of Saw. Don't have anything yet, but let's move on to the more recently leaked. We got set images for the June 1st 75378 Grogu's Escape. Now this is, I think, the first ever LEGO lamppost. It is a part of the Jedi Temple, so we're getting a Jedi Temple, kind of? Not really. We're just getting a lamppost. But anyway, on the set, I do like the set. The bark speeder looks pretty good. It does have that play feature of the stud shooters. Not my favorite part, but again, those are pretty easy to snap off, remove, and I think that it will still look pretty great. Now you do get Grogu in this, and then Keller and Beck, which I have voiced my opinion how excited I am, and this is a day one purchase for me. Unlike the Sith Infiltrator, it's not going to be a day one purchase for me. I will probably be waiting for a sale. This $30 set, now I think for $30, like we got the $30 Clone Trooper Battle Pack, I think we could have used 2 more minifigures, and that would have been perfect. But regardless, I still think that it's a pretty good set. You get 2 501st, which are basically the same as, they're using the same parts from the 2020 Battle Pack, as well as the 332nd and that new 501st, just with updated helmet holes. And then Keller and Beck, like I said, which he already looks pretty excellent. He leaked a few weeks ago, and I made a video about that. So if you want more full thoughts on that, you can watch that at the end of this video. And the buildable Droideka. This is actually another set that I'm super excited about. It's not going to be a day one again. We are getting a miniature build of Droideka. I don't think it looks bad, I just don't think it looks great. I love the functionality of the original 1999, and for me, there hasn't been a Droideka that LEGO's released that has really achieved that. The legs are usually too stiff, don't roll up, and it doesn't curl into a ball. Oh, it does look like this might be able to do that. Once it's in its shape, it just doesn't look, looks kind of wonky to me. It doesn't look best. And then we get the full scale buildable, and for 70, $80, this really isn't a bad buildable character for that price. Most of the buildable characters being $100 and more, like R2-D2 that came earlier this year. We got C-3PO coming towards the end of this year, so I think this is a really cheap way to get a nice buildable character, and what better way from Phantom Menace than to have a droideka. And we also have the first prequel diorama set with, I don't know what they're calling it, but the pod race. So you got Sebulba's and Anakin's little mini builds coming through the canyon. I think it's a really great build. It's not a build that I'm super excited to have. It's a great scene. Pod race was great, but that's not like the scene that for me is going to get me into dioramas. It doesn't have any minifigures, and I think for me that's also like all the other dioramas have had minifigures, and this doesn't. So for me, I'm kind of like, I'm gonna skip out on it. But for those that are into the dioramas, this is a great addition to your collection. We have some May 1st. We got the keychain here. Nothing special. It's the R2-D2 25 years of Lego Star Wars. Nothing special, and you'll be able to get that when you buy enough Lego Star Wars on May 1st through 4th, or however long they run that. So you want to keep your heads up. Number one, be subscribed right here. I'll be launching videos talking all about what you need to do to prepare for May 1st. And that's kind of it. So make sure, yes, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and all the videos that I mentioned are coming up right over here.